All right, so we just made about $600 right there on that trade. So I'm going to be making hundreds more in this video here, and I'm going to be showing you how I'm doing it, okay? So right here I have a few tools set up in Pocket Option. By the way, Pocket Option is one of the best binary options trading platforms in the world. So I have the moving average, I have the momentum, and I have the MACD. So the moving average is really going to tell us what the trend is, okay? So we generally speaking want to follow the trend, okay? So if it's trending upwards, we want to really make sure we're trading to buy. If it's trending downwards, we want to make sure we're trading to sell, okay? So right here, the reason I bought there was because it was trending upwards on a big moving average. It was a little bit risky because it was kind of trending downwards on the 20 and 9 moving average, but for the 100 moving average, it was pretty strongly moving upwards. Okay, so it was pretty safe. Those had about a 60 to 7% win rate in my processing. So let's go through a few more right here. Let's try to check out what's happening. So this is trending downwards as we see, but right here is trending upwards, going neutral now. So this would be a decent sell, I think. As it were to cross over, it would be about 60% chance it'll succeed, I would say. So right here we see crossed over back upwards. Okay, so as we see right here, downwards movement on the big one, but it's upwards movement right here on the crossover on the moving average, the smaller moving averages. Okay, so we want to be very careful of those. And let's check through a few more. So this just did a crossover right here. So sometimes we can ride the wave if we see the crossover happened recently. But this has already been many candlesticks, and it's probably going to be going down very soon, as we see right here. I could do a small buy, let's say, 15 seconds, see what happens. Because the momentum is still pretty green, still pretty strong, right? But generally speaking, the earlier you go, the safer it is. If you trade, let's say, 5, 6, 7, 8 candlesticks in, this can be more risky for the trade. So that was a success right there. Made back a lot of money. Okay. And let's try to see a few more, trade through them. So this is going downwards, and the moving average of the 920 moving average is also going downwards. Okay. This is a crossover upwards, which is not going to be a very successful trade because everything's moving downwards. As we see, we should be seeing this go down very soon. The likelihood that it does go up is quite low. So, I really wouldn't trade this one. Although it is doing a crossover upwards right here. So you have to take a look at all these different signals, but that's just too risky for me. So right here, things were trending upwards, kind of right here. And as we see, there's a crossover that happened right here, and huge upwards momentum. And right now, it might do a crossover downward, which is going to be pretty iffy. It has had some pretty similar cycles, as we see right here. It did have a pretty similar cycle. So if it does a crossover downwards, I could do a potential 30-second sell. So see what happens here. So 30-second sell right there. The only reason I did this to go against the trend is because it had a very similar cycle right here. So it did the crossover downwards like this, right? And I was kind of just following the trend of what's happening. Okay, so I did 30 seconds because it just that's just the trend that I saw right here. It could be go up, down, but yeah, it seems like this is gonna be a successful trade. So you have to just play with your intuitions a little bit with the strategy. So as I said, I just saw a very similar cycle happen right here. So that's the reason I did it. And if it does do a pretty similar cycle and it does go up eventually, there's a crossover upwards, I would also, I would buy into that. But that's going to take a little while. So let's head over to some other currencies right here. Okay. This is going downwards. This is a crossover downwards. Everything's going downwards. So let me just do a 15-second sell. And I would say this has about a 60 to 7% chance of winning. Let's just see what happens here. Momentum seems fairly strong downwards. Not really any movement upwards yet. That was another successful trade. So we already made a lot of money. Okay, well over $1,000. Probably well over $1,500, right? And let's try to make a little bit more money, and then we can close out the trading session for the day. Had myself a very nice dinner with this money I made right here. Okay. Okay. So let's see what I can get. So for this one right here, neutral, moving average right here. No crossover is expected to happen, except for maybe an upwards crossover sometime soon, but that's not going to be very good, I think. Downwards crossover, not going to be very good, because really, really green momentum, as you see right here. Really, really upwards movement, as you see right here. So, okay. So upwards, neutral now. So neutral's pretty risky. That means it's about a 50 to 60% win rate for these ones. So I wouldn't trade it. Go to this. Let's just see. Let's just try to go through a few right here. So this is neutral, downwards. Downwards might, it's about a 50 to 60% chance, as I said before. I would give this a shot, but I wouldn't be surprised if this lost. As we see right here, it's going up quite a bit. So this is the first green candle. I bought it right here with the red candle, as you saw, and then it went to the green candles, and now it's doing an upwards crossover. So that was a loss. Fine. Let's head to some different trades. Okay. Canadian, Japanese. Okay, let's look right here. Downwards for everything, right? Did an upwards movement right here. Was very small upwards movement. I do expect it to go downwards pretty soon, as you see right here. Big candlestick movement downwards. When I see the crossover happening, you know, the red momentum is happening, it's going to be ideal to sell with, let's say, double. That's 600, let's say. Let's just see what's movements happening right here. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, it's, you know, a little bit of profit there. Let's see how this plays out right here. Okay, so it went up a little bit. Okay, and we did profit over $1,000 in that one trade. Okay, so let's close it out for this trading session right here. We made a lot of money, close to $2,000 actually. And if you want to trade with pocket option, you can trade. You can get a 50% welcome bonus when you use becoinnet.net's link. So we'll go to becoin.net, and becoin.net, by the way, offers plenty of cryptocurrency forecasts and a lot of different types of forecasts as well. Even offers currency forecasts as well, as you see right here. So if you're more of a swing trader, this is really, really great. It'll tell you like tomorrow's expected price, you know, next week's expected price, next month's expected price, next year's expected price even. And of course, you can get 50% off your deposit on pocket option when you use this link right here or this promo code right here. So use either of them. They work like they work just fine, and you'll get 50% off your first deposit, which is basically just free money, right? And you get to trade with one of the best buyer options trading platforms in the world. So there's really no loss right here. So happy trading on pocket option.